Hi, this is Neil Walters with HebrewResources.com, and of course, Mr. Hebrew, you're watching on YouTube. And this is another set of verses I found that I thought were fairly simple and would be easy to explain for a beginner of Hebrew, at least with some basic Hebrew background. And we actually have kind of like a modern conversation going on here, like, oh, do you know so and so? Yeah, I know him, and how is he? And, oh, he's fine. Basically stuff like that. So as we pointed out before, let me get my little pens on here. These are your verse numbers. So 4 is Dalet. These are just the letters of the alphabet. 5 is Hey. 6 is Vav. And we may not do number 7, but anyway. So it basically says, Vayomer lahem Yaakov, Achai me'ayin atem, Vayomeru mecharan anaknu. So let's break that down. Vayomer, you see that word millions of times, it seems like, at least thousands in the Torah. Vayomer is basically he said. So in English over here, there's your word said. The he is implied, and in Hebrew, the verb normally comes first. So Vayomer, he said to them, Jacob, Yaakov. So that's where we get, and Jacob said to them. So the word order, you can see, is quite different. And the word order is not quite so important in Hebrew as it is English, because you could actually put these in different orders. So Vayomer lahem Yaakov, Jacob said to them, Achai, that means my brothers. So, or my brethren, as it says here, my brothers. So Achai, this is the ending, the I ending is plural masculine, like Sus is a horse, and Susai is my horses. Susi is my horse. So Achi would be my brother, Achai would be my brothers. So my brothers, it says over here, whence are you? So again, this is the old JPS. Whence are you? It means basically, where are you coming from? So in Hebrew it says me'ain, which is basically from where, atem, from where are you? Literally, me'ain atem, from where are you? I'm going to get rid of some of these little red marks here. Okay, and they answered back, Vayomru, which is very similar to Vayomer, right? So Vayomer is he said, Vayomru is they said. So over here it says, and they said. When it starts with the Vav like this is called the Vav consecutive or the Vav conversive. And of course it means and it reverses the tense of the verb. So if we were to actually chop off the Vav, this would be, he will say, and they will say. But the Vav reverses from the perfect to the imperfect and vice versa. So that's a slightly more advanced concept, but it's very, very common. You'll see that a lot in the text. So they said, Me Haran anaknu. Literally, they said, from Haran we are. And they kind of reflected that over here in this this translation. From or of Haran we are, or we are from Haran. And in Hebrew, the word are, the to be verb for is and are, is not used. So you have to just imply that because these two words are next to each other. Literally, it says, from Haran we. From Haran we. Okay, so you have to imply that we are from Haran, or we are from Haran are we. The mem, Haran, of course, is the name of the city, and the me, or the mem, in front of Haran means from. Okay, verse 5, let me read the whole thing. Vayomer lahem hayadatem et Laban ben Nahor vayomeru yadanu. So vayomer lahem basically means he said to them, and he said to them. So notice in English it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words to say what it says in Hebrew in 2 words. That's kind of interesting. And that's because Hebrew is all based on suffixes and prefixes. So ham means them, lahem means to or for them. Yomer, as I said up here, means really he will speak, but vayomer means and he spoke, or and he said to them. Sorry, not speak, but said. And he said to them. Okay, so the next word is hayadatem. It's from the word yada, which I put in yellow letters here just to show you we're going to have the same root word again down here in just a moment. So yada means he knew. Yadat Yadatem means do you know? Yadatem, do you know? Now there's this concept in Hebrew that if you used to know someone, you still know them, or you used to know something, you still know something. So sometimes it's in the past, even though over here in English we translate it in the present tense. So the ha here is called the hey interrogative, and that means we're going to be asking a question. So it's a question, or that means the phrase will end with a question mark, of course. Do you know Laban, the son of Nahor? Hayadatem. So it's do you know, and it's you masculine plural, the tam ending, which in Texas we say y'all, but there is no masculine word for you all in English. So do you all know, or do you guys know, or you guys if you prefer. Do you guys or do you all know et Laban? Now, et is a pointer in Hebrew. It's not never translated to English because it doesn't really have a meaning of its own. It's almost like a grammatical symbol in a way that says the next word is the object of the verb. So the verb was do you know, and this is the person they're asking, do you know Laban in English, Laban, Laban in Hebrew. Do you know Laban? So since it's the object of the verb, and if it's definite, it means like a person, place, thing, or sorry, a person or a place, or if it's a thing, you have to say the thing, whatever. Do you know Laban? So we have to say et Laban. Ben Nahor. So which Laban? Laban, the son of Nahor. This is also called a noun construct. Sometimes this is called usually a makef, and it'll usually be higher up on the line. This version from Mechon Mamre, by the way. I'll put it up here in the video so you can look up for this website. It's a good source for Hebrew text. Ben Nahor, son of Nahor. There is no word of here, but since it's a noun construct, the two words side by side imply the of, or the makef there, the dash implies that there's an of, son of Nahor. Vayomru, we've had that already up here in the prior verse, Vayomru, and they said, Yadanu, we know him. Okay, so Yada is he knew, or he knew, which if you used to know him, you still know him. And then the new ending means we did it. We know him, or we knew him, or we know him. And then I think there's a dogish in the you here, the oo, because we know him. And that's called a verbal suffix. And I don't think you're allowed to put two oos on the end of a verb. So that's why we just put the dogish to show that there really is kind of like another oo there. And that tells you it's do you know him? Okay. So let's just recap that verse. Vayomer lahem hayadatem et Lavan ben Nahor, vayomru yadanu. Okay, so verse 6, it starts the same as verse 5. Vayomer lahem. Let me read the whole thing. Vayomer lahem ashalom lo, vayomru shalom, vehine Rachel bito ba'im hatson. So, Vayomer lahem, and he said unto them, Hashalom lo. So it starts with this letter hey here, which as we mentioned up here is sometimes indicative of a question word or a question that's coming. Is it well with him? Is there peace to him? Lo means to or for him. So basically, is there peace to or for him? Or is it well with him? Shalom can be wellness. It can be peace. It can be... it means complete as well. Like even when you paid your debts off, you're called complete. That's another version of the verb in Hebrew. In modern Hebrew, of course, you say shalom could be hello or goodbye, just when you're greeting someone. It's common greeting. So vayomer lahem hashalom lo. Or hashalom lo, it's a question. Vayomru shalom, and they said he is in peace. Or it is well. So here the it is implied. So it really just says in Hebrew, Vayomru, they said, Shalom, he is in peace. And the next phrase here is Vahine Rachel bito, and behold, that's the word hine, and behold, Vahine, Rachel is the lady's name, Rachel, Rachel, bito, his daughter. So the base word here is actually bought. So the Hebrew word for daughter is just bought, but when you say his daughter, it becomes bito. It's one of those kind of irregular things in Hebrew. So bito is his daughter. Ba'ah means she came, or she came, or she cometh. She comes right now, present tense. Im hatzon, with the sheep. Ba'ah im hatzon. So one more time that verse. Vayomer lahem shalom lo. Vayomeru shalom. Vehine Rachel bito ba'ah im hatzon. Im hatzon. We're actually not going to do verse 7. It's a little bit harder than the first few ones. So I'm going to read it again now very slowly and then at a normal speed. Vayomer lahem Yaakov, Achai me'ain atem, Vayomeru mecharan anachnu. Vayomer lahem, Hayadatim et Laban ben Nahor, Vayomeru yadanu. Vayomer lahem Hashalom lo, Vayomeru shalom, Vehine Rachel bito ba'ah im hatzon. I keep wanting to make that guttural. I don't know why. Ba'ah im hatzon. Ba'ah im hatzon. In modern Hebrew, they rarely even pronounce the hey, the word that means the. Ha is the, and son is sheep. So im hatzon. Okay. So that's that little verse for the week. Three verses here that I thought were fairly simple, and I've got some more lined up for you. And I'm just trying to pick some out every couple of weeks and get you a new video out here so you can keep learning some basic Hebrew. I've got some new things coming before long that I'll be announcing, and stay tuned for the channel for that. And thanks for joining me today.